Hey everyone, Tom Birkenmeyer here. So do you think that you have to be an expert in your product to be able to grow a business and move people to do whatever it is that you're asking them to do? Actually, if you're an expert in your product or an expert at anything, not to put down expertise, but depending on how you position yourself, it can actually be an enormous liability and a turnoff to people that you're talking to. And if you're not an expert, it makes it a lot easier to build your business and to inspire people to do what it is that you're asking them to do. So stick around. I'm going to explain what I mean by that in this short video that's going to be very worthwhile for you, and a lot of you need this to make that massive breakthrough that you need to actually move beyond the frustration of seeing all these people not sign up for your deal when it's so painfully obvious to you that maybe some of them should. All right, so here it is. If you come off as the expert, you know everything that it is about your product. The problem you're going to run into is that they're going to be asking themselves, whoever it is that you're talking to, if they can do what you're doing. If you're an expert, if you're doing something that is not easy to duplicate, they're going to say to themselves, I can't do what that person is doing. They're too good. It's just not something I can do. I don't want to do it. And they're going to give you some other reason. They won't be honest with you about it. Most people won't. They'll give you some excuse while the real reason is they don't want to be doing to their friends and family what you're doing to them. That's just the way that it is. So unless you're going to be just retailing, then that might actually kind of work if you're the expert about your product. But if you want to move your product to more people than you can all by yourself, because you want to help more people, help as many people possible, then you have to bring other people in to do this with you, to be business builders with you, because 10 people that are doing your efforts, you can multiply your efforts and within other people and help more people that way. But if you just want to do it all yourself, you can. I'm not knocking that. But then it might make sense to be the expert about the product. It might. Otherwise, you got to keep it simple and do it in a way that others will be able to have that internal conversation about whether or not they believe they can do this and if they want to do to their friends and family what you're doing to them. When I got into my first network marketing gig, this was a long time ago, like early 20s, 22, 23, but I attended the company's main event, whatever that was, I don't even remember, and I was expecting to learn about the product, how to use it and things like that. I was expecting to come out of that weekend-long seminar to be an expert in the product, and that's not at all what happened. Instead, they taught us communication. They taught us skills and how to actually talk to people in a way that inspires. And I didn't understand that at all at the time, and they didn't do a good job of explaining it, to be honest with you, but now I understand with what I've learned. And here's what it is. The reason they did that is because knowledge of a product, being an expert at something, doesn't move anybody to do anything. The most common person in the world is probably an educated derelict. They've got all this skill and talent, but because they never learned how to talk to people properly, their skills and talent just totally gets wasted. I mean, there's so many people that could benefit the whole planet enormously, but because they never learned about how to connect and communicate with people, their talent and skills and wisdom just kind of goes to waste. So when I'm learning about stuff, man, I just went to all these different seminars, and today actually I spent a couple hours learning about stuff, and it wasn't even about my product. It was about communicating with people in various ways. That's what most of my training is about. I spend very little time learning about a product because my goal is not to be an expert in a product. Now, if you want to learn all that there is to know about your product, it's probably a good idea, but don't do it so that you can talk about it with everybody that you're talking to. Do it because you need to improve the belief that you have about your product and that it works, because that belief is going to emote from you when you're talking to people. So learn about your product for that reason. Don't learn about your product so that you can explain it all to people. You don't want to do that. It's going to turn more people off. I can't tell you how many people I've shared this information with who want to be experts, and I tell them my thoughts on the topic matter, and they go do their own thing. They become experts about the product, and they enroll absolutely nobody, or maybe one or two at the most. So it doesn't work to build your business that way or to talk to people that way. You don't want to be the person that knows everything about your product but has no ability to move anybody to do anything. You want to spend the bulk of your time improving your people skills and how you talk to them. And if you want to learn all that there is about your product, do it for the purpose of enhancing your belief in that product so that when you're talking to people, that belief emotes from you. So there is value in that. There is a lot of value in learning all about your product but it's probably not for the reasons that you think it is. It's just for belief, because that emotes from you. I hope you got some value from this video. For some of you, actually a lot of you, I know it just created a massive breakthrough for you, and where you should be focusing your energy on your personal growth. It should be about your people skills and not so much about learning about your product. I know that's going to help you out a bunch. A lot of people need that refocus of their focus. And in case you're wondering where I'm shooting this from, it's actually my town's little band shell here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It's pretty cool. So anyway, if you did get value from this, feel free to share it with other people and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out content pretty regularly, and if you like what I do, subscribe and share it with others. Sharing is caring. Till the next one, I'll see you boys and girls later. Bye.